All right, we are live again for part 4 of our series that we've had to do 2 in one day. And I'm just waiting on the video to connect on my other screen so that I can grab that link and put it in the community so they can jump onto this new live conveniently using the link. If YouTube gives me the link, come on, YouTube. There we go. And we're going to put that in our group so that our community can conveniently join us again for the 4th and final part of this series. All right, I think it's in there. Cool beans. Now, let me make sure I can see the live chat to the new. Okay, I do see it. All right. Let's get started. Okay, so welcome to your First Six Figures Morning Show, where every show is intentionally more of an interactive coaching and training experience to position you, the online service-based entrepreneur, to generate your first 6 figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/story. shaycannon.com/story. Let me put that in the live chat over there, because what we've been talking about all week long is storytelling, the 4 stories you need for your brand. Now, you'll tell a lot of stories for your brand. You should tell stories for your brand. Almost every piece of information that you put out there, you should wrap it in a story. But we need to get used to telling stories. And even though there are these 4 stories, again, tell stories all the time. I have to remind myself to tell stories. I need to be more of a storyteller because I tend to be more of a technical sharer, right? I want to give you just the steps. So now I make sure that I at least infuse a story in some of the steps that I'm giving. You may have even seen me do that this week. I don't just give you the 1 through 10. I give you a story around it to help you understand the concept better, to help you to remember it, and to help you to feel the emotion that it evokes, okay? So that's why we tell stories. It is very important for our brand that we have stories around it so that we are memorable, so that we have a more of an impact with the information that we're given. So that's why we tell stories. All right. So there are brand focused stories. There are service / offer focused stories. There are community focused stories. And now we're going to talk about client focused stories. Okay. So the difference between the client focus and the community focus is the community is a group of people, a network, a community, a group. Okay. Client focus is that one person that you help, that one person that you're highlighting and telling the story about. All right. So that's the difference. Let's get into the blog. So client-focused stories highlight your audience as the heroes, showcasing their journey and success with your brand's help. They emphasize their challenges, their transformations, and their wins, okay? Position your brand as the guide that enabled their success. So when you're telling stories about the client, don't forget, you are not the hero, okay? You're the sidekick. The client is the hero. Okay, we don't want people to feel like everything is so attached to you and that the transformation is yours and not theirs. We want them to own the transformation. Okay, so they are the hero. You're the sidekick that helps out. Don't forget that when you're telling the stories. These stories create relatability and trust, showing your potential clients how your brand can deliver real value. They also celebrate your audience, making them feel seen and appreciated, which fosters loyalty and advocacy. So that is what is in the blog. Y'all know here in the morning show, I give you more. So let me pull out these show notes and give you more on these client-focused stories. So I have 10 actionable strategies you can use to help you to formulate your client-focused stories. So check out these 10. And then, of course, I also have a ChatGPT prompt for you at the end. We're going to do a round robin in studio, and we're going to start with Cheryl when we get started. And, of course, the question is going to be, which of these client-focused stories would be great for you to start sharing in your brand? All right. Number 1, a client creating success with the help of your mentorship. This is what I call a testimonial, okay? But not just their quote in the testimonial. Let's build a story around the quote of their testimonial, okay? Make it more of like a case study. Number 2, a client who doubled their results using your strategies. Now, let me tell y'all how, if we can get some data and we can tell a story based on that's data driven, boy, it has more of an impact, right? So when I tell the story of a client hiring me as a fractional chief operating officer, and at the time, their annual revenue was $200,000. But when I came in as a fractional COO, what I did was I filled the gap in their programs with a new program, and then I doubled their revenue for the year to $500,000. That makes an impact. When I'm able to use these numbers and the data to show you that I doubled the results, that has an impact, all wrapped in a story. Okay, so think about some of those types of stories that you have. Number 3, a client overcoming a fear or challenge with your offer, a fear or challenge with your offer. Let me tell you how this makes me think of Shawana Kennedy Media, because she's out here helping people be more visible, be seen, and be paid, because a lot of y'all don't have the confidence to appear on video, and video is one of the #1 ways to market. So she's out here helping you with it. So she's helping you to overcome a challenge to still get that success and that impact that you want. Okay, so that is an example if she was to talk about one particular client. Number 4, a client using your offer to create a collaboration success, right? One of our pillars in our free business mastermind is collaboration. I love it when we get together once a month and we have our collab live, and I get in the group and facilitate collaborations. We have over 500 people in our group right now. Somebody in there needs to come together so they either make each other's businesses better or make more money together. And so collaboration, right? In fact, I love collaboration over competition. So start thinking about not just how you can collaborate in your business, but how can you get your clients to collaborate based on the information they get from working with you so that they can make their business better and make more money, or whatever your transformation is that you give to them, they can go out there and share that transformation with someone else, and they both get the benefit of it. So tell a story about how someone took your methods in your service, collaborated with somebody else for a successful collaboration. All right. Number 5, a client finding a life-changing solution through your service. Okay, a client finding a life-changing solution through your service. Now, everybody's not a medical doctor that is giving direct life-saving stuff like Dr. LaFera is doing. However, there are things that you're doing that's still changing people's lives in other ways. I cannot tell you how I understand that a part of my purpose as a business coach is not just about growing your business. I know that I have to grow you into the business that you want to have, right? Most of these things about entrepreneurship are faith activating, and they are definitely mind shifting. So a part of what I do is help a person to view life differently, because they have to be a different person to have a different kind of business. And that is life changing. So everything is not about medical health. Some things are life changing in other ways. So start thinking about how your service is life changing for somebody. So for example, Keith is on here today. He is a professional graphic designer, and he can tell stories about how his professional designs, not Canva designs, but his professional designs have changed people's businesses to help them to make more money because they have a professional representation of their image, and now they're making more money that is life changing. So I don't care what your service is. I don't care what your offer is. You need to start thinking about how is it changing people's lives. Okay. So that was number 5. Number 6, a before and after story of a client's success. Before and after. Now, Dewana was in the chat of the last live. I don't know if she's in the chat right now. Let me see. Is Dewana in the chat right now? I don't see her right now. She probably didn't even know we were coming back on. However, Dewana does plant-based diet stuff. And so guess what? She can very easily do before and after, right? She can very easily do before and after. However, so can Kimberly. Kimberly has a foot product, right? And she can show your crusty feet before, and she can show your nicely moisturized, embalmed, healthy feet after. Okay, so before and after. We want to definitely show some before and some after. Cheryl can definitely show some before and after. What was this person's message and impact before they wrote this book, and what was it after they wrote the book? Okay, Dr. Latoya. She over here saving these people's ancestral lines, helping them to understand the ancestral healing. There is a stark difference in who you are before you know who your ancestors are and the power that they hold for you and the healing that they can bring to you and who you are after that. So there is before and after in everything that we do. So capture your before and after. Number 7, a client turning their passion into transformation with the help of your service. Okay. How is somebody able to turn their passion into a transformation based on your service? Number 8, a client hitting a major milestone with the help of your business. Now, you know, a major milestone is built in the coaching that I do. Because I help you get to your first 6 figures, that is a major milestone. So it's obvious for my brand, but what are the milestones of progress that your brand, your offer, your service takes people through? How have they achieved some of these milestones, the bigger versions of them? Tell the stories around it. And don't just wait for the final transformation. Again, milestones means there are points along the way that's showing transformation, not just the end transformation. Okay. That's one of the things that I had to understand about my course. My course that helps you to lay the foundation and position yourself for your first 6 figures. When you finish that course, you're not going to be at 6 figures. That's not the milestone. The milestone is you're shifting your business to position yourself for your first 6 figures. So there are things that are going to be how you look different, how your business look different, and how you're going to be getting these results on the way to making your first 6 figures that's worthy of celebrating, right? So think about your service in that way also. All right. Number 9, a loyal client's journey from their first purchase to becoming an advocate. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, let me repeat that. A loyal client's journey from their first purchase to becoming an advocate for your brand, for your business, for your offer. That damn Shawana Kennedy Media, I can't wait to hand her trophy for her first 6 figures. But I'm also going to tell the story about how that thing fights me. And every time I try to shift her mind to get her where she want to go. And then when she finally gets it, how she starts churning out this momentum and moving forward faster. Can't wait to tell the whole story. I might tell it before you get that trophy, ma'am, because it is truly a story of transformation, and you will be able to see it in her business. So what client do you have that from their first purchase, okay, to them becoming such an advocate for your brand because what you've done for them have worked? What is that journey like? And what is the story that you're going to tell about it? Okay. Number 10, a client sharing unexpected benefits they experience through your brand. Okay, unexpected benefits. Let me tell you how Miss Kimberly Miles, when I get through with Miss Kimberly Miles, how she's gonna be a totally different person, and even her family and friends are gonna be like, she's not the same Kimberly. I wonder what happened. That doggone Shay Cannon got a hold of her because that thing is amazing, and she don't know she amazing. She be over there second guessing herself and everything, and we're gonna cut all that out. So yes, I will be able to tell the story of how Kimberly had unexpected results. She thought she was just coming in to grow her business, and we're going to grow a lot more than that, okay? So again, let's go through the 10 without the stories, okay? Number 1, a client creating success with the help of your mentorship. Number 2, a client who doubled their results using your strategies. Number 3, a client overcoming a fear or challenge with your offer. Number 4, a client using your offer to create a collaboration success. Number 6, a client finding a life-changing solution through your service. Number 6, a before and after story of your client's success. Number 7, a client turning their passion into a transformation with your service. Number 8, a client hitting a major milestone with the help of your service. Number 9, a loyal client's journey from the first purchase to becoming an advocate. Number 10, a client sharing unexpected benefits they experience through your brand. Okay, that was 1 through 10. We're going to start with Cheryl. Cheryl, which one of these stories are you ready to start including in your storytelling?
Again, I'll just say the latest one I've shared. How's that?
Yes.
It is the number 8. What was number 8 again? The
number
major
8
milestone.
was the heavy hitting milestone. Yes.
Yes. I did a bestseller drive for a client. who had been told by, people are so kind and nice. She'd been told that she couldn't write, her books were bunk and all this good stuff. And I said, you just need to know what to do next. That's it. So we did the bestseller drive. Her book became #1 in a matter of hours. The next
Yes.
book that we did as a bestseller, she woke up with bestseller status for that book. I then took and put all of that, not only, of course, we ran it off her page, but I also put it on my Facebook page so that my people and other people could see this is what happens. The next thing that happened was the unexpected, or it doubled, or what, well, it was actually more than double, but she was in what you call, when you get your deposit from Amazon, 99
Yes.
cent zone.
Yeah.
We were having a consultation and she screamed on the phone. I was like, are you all right? Are you okay? And she said, did you get your deposit from Amazon? And I said, well, I not right now. I don't know. I have to go and check. And she said, I did. She said, I got a bonus. She wasn't even getting a good check. Oh, she had a healthy check. So I went and checked mine. Mine was healthier. I was like, oh my goodness. And because when I ran hers, her bestseller, the second one, it was the Holy Spirit said, run yours again, run yours again. And I was like, what? So I did. And we did like partnership. So it's one of those things where she now has the confidence to go the next step, and she's also the one with the recurring. She's become an advocate on top of it. So all of these things can happen all at once. But I'm so excited for her. I don't know what to do. And the next one is we're targeting USA Today bestseller list.
I love it. And I love when clients get these intangible results that they just did not expect. Because I'm gonna tell you, when you win in so many different ways. There are so many different side wins that are a result of a big win. So yes, I love those stories. Thank you, Cheryl. Dr. Latoya, which of the client-based stories would be great to share for your brand? Let's see if Dr. Latoya is there. She go.
Yes, sorry. I think, well, the unexpected results, I think is a good one because I like when they share them with me. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know. I
Yeah.
learn about the possibilities when they share with me the things that are happening as a result of the work, right? And so that then just always expands the possibilities. And I think the person like following from the loyal customer from beginning to end, like I have a lot of those that's really part of the thing that keeps me going. I'm like, wait, you still here? You're showing up, right? And then they become the advocate and they tell the story. And I'm just going to throw this in. Last Saturday, I did a book launch. So it was a virtual book launch. And I opened it up for questions. And one of the people asked a question. She was like, well, how long, would you say this process takes? And so I gave my take on it. I was like, but I'll open it up. We have a lot of people here from the community who've gone through either my live things or virtual process. So I'll let them tell you about it. And two things happened. I thought about how you say at the end of your workshops, you always ask, what was your takeaway so that you could then use that. I was like, oh, look, this is happening again in real time. But people started just sharing and giving like their testimonies and the process and all of that stuff. So I was like, this is great. Because one, I have it on camera.
Yes.
So I can use it later. But two, they're speaking to, the process and their benefits and all of that stuff. So all of those things were great. And now I can use them later as stories.
I love that. I love that. And I love and I like how you said the unexpected results. When you are asking people what it is on a continuous basis, that's how you get that information. You don't just all of a sudden know it had an unexpected result all the time. Sometimes people have to tell you. And it's amazing because it also gives you more information to go back and add those transformations to your marketing because you never even thought about that as a transformation. So that added transformation that somebody told you was unexpected could be something that draws in a client that otherwise might not have wanted to work with you. So yes, that's great. I love that, Dr. LaSoya. All right. Dr. LaFera, which of the client-based stories would be great to share for your brand?
Yeah.
And this is the one-on-one.
Yeah, I know. Well, just how my what I do helps people to see food differently, and it almost gives them like a different way of just seeing life. Because I kind of already talked about it, but that me just helping people to almost feel like they started living again, like, you know, like a sense of freedom that I help people to feel once they can live in a body that, you know, is not aching them all the time, and it's not making them feel like, you know, they are lost when they go to the grocery store and stuff like that. And the other one is like, people tell me stuff that I didn't think of before, like I help people lose weight, or my product-based business, like a different use for it, like helping them look younger, when I thought that I was just creating it to help them take their makeup off, stuff like that. So those are a couple of things that I can think of right now.
I love that, Dr. LaFera. Thank you for sharing that. One thing about it in your area of expertise, right? What we understand is most people think wealth is money until they lose their health, right? And so we don't want them to wait until they're losing the health to be more healthy. But when they start seeing these signs, we also want them to know in most cases, it's not too late to still have a great quality of life, even if you have a chronic disease. So shout out to Dr. LaFera. All right, Kimberly. Now, Kimberly, I don't know why we always have to remind you to put your stuff in the studio chat, knowing you can't come off the mic because you're at the Dream Funder, but put yours in the studio chat and we'll share it. All right, Shawana Kennedy Media, which of the client-based stories would be great to share for your brand? And she over there acting like the old Dr. LaFera. See, now the new Dr. LaFera don't be late on the mic. Oh, she's still on the call. Okay, we gonna excuse you now. But Keith has already put his in the comments, and he said 5 and 6. Y'all know I got to go back and see what 5 and 6 was. Okay, 5 was a client finding a life-changing solution through your service, and 6 was a before and after story of a client's success. And then what he said was business owners and entrepreneurs are frustrated with their current branding. They're not seeing the results they expected, so they're turning to me to rebrand their businesses. Yes. And Keith, what you'll understand is that's kind of the evolution of business for entrepreneurs, right? They go from this DIY, I just need to get it done, to understanding that just getting it done is not good enough. You need it to, each thing that they have in their business as a part of their brand has a job, right? It has a job. And if it's not doing its job, just because it's created or it's there, if it's not doing its job, then it may as well not be created or be there, right? So I think that you can even speak to that in your marketing, Keith, because some people think that, you know, they have these complicated logos because they don't understand what a logo is supposed to do. They're putting too much pressure on a logo when a logo is just a simple part of your brand. It's not supposed to convey the entire message all by itself, right? It's just supposed to be recognizable. And then we have people that don't understand it, that every time you see something from them, it's in a different font. Like, where's the consistency in your brand, right? But that's the evolution of business. And so one of your marketing messages, Keith, should be, if you're ready to have a professional looking business that can bring in professional type money, then you need professional graphic design. So yeah, love that. Kimberly came back and said the before and after story of the client success. Yes, show them ugly feet and them good feet. So I love it. Okay, now let me share with you guys the prompt for ChatGPT to help you to create some of these client-focused stories. All right, so here's the prompt. Imagine a client who experienced a major transformation using my insert the offer. Write a story from their perspective, starting with their initial struggles and frustrations, describing how they found my brand and detailing the specific ways my insert the offer helped them achieve their goals. End with the emotional and measurable outcomes they experience. Ask me questions so that you can write the best and most compelling narrative to be used as my client story. Okay. So again, that prompt is going to be available in the show notes. Okay. So any questions about anything we talked about this week about the different types of stories you should be telling in your brand. I gave you 4, right? And this is the least of what you're going to have as stories in your brand. A brand focused story, a service or offer focused story, a community focused story. That's a group of people, and a client focused story. That's a one person story, right? Any questions about what we talked about this week? Tell me if it had any kind of mind shift or impact on how you're going to do your marketing from now on. Do you have any value adds? Now is the time. Come off the mic and let me know. Do you have any questions? Do you have a value add? And how has this shifted your mind? Cheryl.
I have a value add.
Yes.
Do not forget about these national telethons that they do, because I partnered with the local branch. I was in Seattle at the time, and partnered with the local branch of the Jerry Lewis Muscular Dystrophy Telethon, and they put me on TV. And I did like a 45-minute segment. I said, well, you all gave me the right one because I love to talk, but I do have something to say that's important too. And it was a wonderful experience, but the business that came out of that was very surprising. So I had this whole section where I was doing things with nonprofits. And I always support those, and I'm about to start my own, actually, built around writing and education and so on and so forth. So all of that comes together in ways that we could never imagine. Just when opportunity presents itself, it's wise in many cases. We need to filter it, but take advantage of it. You never know what can happen.
You never know. And I love that aspect of your story, because Cheryl, what people forget is we're not marketing to convince. We're marketing to give people information to make a buying decision. That's different than convincing, right? We know our stuff works. Okay, I'm not going to convince you that it works. I'm going to explain to you it works, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to have it work for you, right? So what's happening in these stories is it's helping people make a buying decision. So when you're telling people about the causes that you support, or the people that you support, or the initiatives that you support, what happens is, all other things being equal, if I had a choice to purchase services between you and somebody else, and you're supporting a cause that is dear to my heart, I'm going to choose you. So that's what these stories help us to facilitate. It helps us to facilitate us being the choice. Okay. So thank you for that, Cheryl. Anybody else have a question, a value add, or how this week has shifted your mind about using stories for your business? All righty, let's go to the announcements. And so be thinking, and I'll give you a last ditch effort to tell me. So show notes. There's only 2 ways to get them, to get these 10 strategies and to get this prompt. Number 1 is you have to be a part of our free business mastermind group, and they live in the file section. So go to shaycannon.info/group to sign up for the free mastermind group. Number 2, you can get the show notes and the entire morning show in your email inbox by going to shaycannon.com/show. You'll get 2 emails. One will remind you to hop on the YouTube live, and one will tell you that this is a link to the replay and this is a link to the show notes. All right, cool beans. Tonight is Fuck Up Night, virtual happy hour. It's for the paid membership, but the free group is invited to come in on the tail end. And what we do is you bring what's effing up in your business, and we're going to fix it over drinks. Okay, so that is tonight. The details are available in the free group. Next week, we are planning our 2025 business goals. This is a free event. You need to sign up. Go to shaycannon.com/planning 2025. Now, the 30-minute session is free, but there is a whole hour session after that is a VIP intensive that comes with the replay and success tools. If you go ahead and sign up for the free event, I will send you a workbook for the free portion of the event. However, that is nothing compared to the workbooks and tools that will be given to the VIP intensive people. All right. Last but not least, I haven't already, if you haven't already, help us out by giving us a thumbs up and like this episode. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Now, this was a 4-part series. Today was part 4 of 4. But if you're just catching today and you didn't catch the whole series, let's go ahead and start with episode 1, and so that you can get all the information from the entire series. All right? Cool beans. Last call for alcohol. Any questions or any value adds? Awesome. I love it. Oh, what you got, Cheryl?
I just wanted to say this has been one of the most fascinating series that you have done, and they're all great. It's like she can't get greater, but you do. But this has been. I was just sitting here and I thought, you've done all this stuff, and you're sitting here and you're saying, "What's the solution?" It's what we do and rinse and repeat. And you're reminding us it's there. Everything you need to succeed is in your hands. You just have to use it. So thank you.
And that means a lot coming from somebody who is in the industry of storytelling. So I appreciate that. All right, great. I want you guys to have a great day and a great weekend. And I'll see you right back here on Monday. Next week is our final week of 2024. Okay, and I already know what we're talking about. We're going to talk about my predictions for